Hey, welcome to Better Belly Nutrition on YouTube. I'm Jamie, a functional nutritionist, and today I'd like to go over 5 ingredients that you should absolutely avoid in your food. The 5 ingredients that I'm going to highlight today are most found in ultra processed foods, especially those made by companies like Nestle, Nabisco, Kraft, etc. And to be honest, those are food companies that I completely steer clear of because I know that they will contain many of my no go ingredients. This is why when you're getting the hang of eating healthy, I cannot stress enough how important it is to read ingredient labels. And I'm not talking about the nutrition facts that tell you like how many calories or how much fat is in each serving. I'm talking about the actual ingredients. You want to know, what is this made out of before you put it in your body. You also want to be very careful and look for something that says contains a bioengineered food product. That is a clear sign that this is made with lab created chemicals that are basically poison. By paying more attention to what your food is made out of, you can make healthier and smarter choices for you and your family so that you don't have to deal with so many of the chronic illnesses that are plaguing our society today. Honestly, processed food is one of the most significant root causes to so many health issues. So, with all that said, let's keep it simple by just highlighting 5 of those main ingredients. And the good news is, by avoiding these ingredients, you'll by default avoid a lot of the other toxic chemicals that they love to put in food to make it taste good, to make it addicting, and in turn, end up wreaking havoc on your health. So, let's begin. Our first culprit is high fructose corn syrup. It's made by processing down corn into a super sweet syrup. It's a cheap way to add sweetness to a multitude of processed foods and beverages. And the problem with high fructose corn syrup is that it raises your blood sugar super high, super quickly, and it also has to be metabolized by your liver, bogging down your liver and making it hard for your liver to do the multitude of other super important functions that it's designed to do. It also is made from corn, which is one of the most pesticide ridden crops in the country. I'm pretty sure I've never seen an organic high fructose corn syrup because that's not what people put in organic food. It's also been linked to many health issues like obesity, heart disease, cancer, and dementia. It trains your taste buds and your brain to crave more sweets so that you basically become addicted to them and just continue to want more and more sugar. That's why this is an absolute no-go ingredient. Keeping sugar to a minimum is super important to maintaining a healthy weight and avoiding other chronic illnesses. If you want to enjoy a sweet treat every now and then, I recommend finding those that are made with raw honey or pure maple syrup. These are sweeteners that are found in their whole food form because this is literally how they are found in nature. Another healthier option is coconut sugar. This doesn't require as much processing as other refined sugars. You can also enjoy a little bit of monk fruit or stevia. However, keep in mind that these are still highly processed forms of sweeteners. Next up on the chopping block are vegetable oils, which includes canola, soybean, safflower, cottonseed, hydrogenated and partially hydrogenated oils. There are others, but these are the main ones that you're going to see most often. Vegetable oils are actually made from the seeds of vegetables, and they were discovered during the mid 1900s when food processing started to take off during and following World War II. They are literally a byproduct of food processing, and the food manufacturers realized that they could resell this byproduct as a healthy, unsaturated fat. However, they are made using extremely high temperatures in order to extract the oils from the seeds. And they are actually super oxidized and rancid. And so, to cover up the rancidity of these oils, the manufacturers have to add more chemicals onto them so that they are actually somewhat appetizing enough to sell to the consumer. These oils contain trans fats and are highly inflammatory. They increase your risk for heart disease, diabetes, dementia, cancer, and pretty much any chronic symptom or illness. I call these oils liquid death because you should avoid them like the plague. Eating enough quality fats and oils is super important for your overall health because they are what your cell membranes are made out of, as well as your hormones and neurotransmitters. They're also what makes it possible for you to absorb fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are critical to immune, brain, bone, and skin health. Every aspect of your body and what makes you feel good inside and out requires healthy dietary fats. And so instead of those processed vegetable oils, you want to use oils that are made from olives, avocados, coconut, and make sure that they are raw, unrefined, and cold pressed in order to keep their nutrients intact. You also want to incorporate healthy animal fats like grass fed butter, beef and pork tallow, and duck fat. These fats and oils require very minimal processing to make, and your body knows exactly what to do with them. The third absolute no go ingredient is artificial food dyes. These are literally made from petroleum. Yes, the same product that we use to power our cars and make plastic. This is the epitome of chemically created. Your body doesn't know what to do with this, and in turn, they spark an immune system reaction because your immune system has to go in and detoxify these chemicals from your body. Artificial food dyes have been linked to headaches and migraines, attention and concentration issues, especially in children, like ADD and ADHD, and allergies. And that's just to name a few symptoms. It's very common to find artificial food dyes in candy, cereals, juices, and even medications. So be on the lookout for these. If you're consuming something that has coloring or has obviously been dyed, look for colors that are derived from organic fruits and vegetables like beetroot, berry, turmeric, and spirulina. If the ingredients say something that sounds like it's been made in a lab, such as blue number 6 or yellow 40, put it back on the shelf. Next on the list are artificial sweeteners and flavors. Again, these are just lab created chemicals that your body considers a toxin. When we are eating these things on a regular basis, they are causing your immune system to react. And when your immune system is reacting all the time to these sorts of foods, say 2 or 3 times a day, or maybe even more, depending on how often you're eating, then it isn't able to focus on the more important tasks like cleaning out your GI tract, breaking down used hormones, breaking down other toxins, and bacteria that's come into contact with your body, healing and rebuilding tissues. This is what leads to chronic inflammation and then results in symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, fog, anxiety and depression, skin problems, hormone imbalances, autoimmune disease, and so much more. Okay, last but not least, we have sodium phosphate. Doesn't that sound like it's created in a lab? Because it is. And it is used as a food preservative. Excessive consumption can deplete you of vital minerals, which then leads to dehydration, can also lead to digestive upset, especially symptoms of IBS, issues, weakening of your bones, and osteoporosis. And that's just to name a few of the things that studies have actually linked it to. Keep in mind, if you are consuming processed and fast foods on a regular basis, you are getting exposed to these sorts of chemicals all day long, every day. Your body can only take so much before you begin to experience symptoms. And many of the symptoms that you have, you may not even realize are actually rooted in the intake of these types of foods. So, the moral of the story is check those ingredient labels and ditch the foods made with any of the items that I mentioned. Also, you can just assume that anything coming from a fast food restaurant has these ingredients in them as well. So, to help you out so that you don't go completely crazy if you now feel like you have to ditch many of the foods that make up your current diet, here are a few of my favorite brands for prepackaged foods that aren't riddled with toxic ingredients. You can also click the link below in my caption to download my Better Belly Nutrition approved food list that you can take with you the next time that you go grocery shopping. Remember, the ultimate goal is to fill your diet with mostly whole foods, which means foods that come the way that nature made them, like apples, broccoli, beets, eggs, and even though it's a little bit processed, butter. Butter is a natural process that has been done for hundreds, probably thousands of years. And then you can add a little bit of these healthy prepackaged foods here and there to help make your life a little bit easier. As someone who used to eat a standard American diet of mostly processed food, I understand how challenging it can seem at first to change how you eat. But I promise if you make a commitment to protect your and your family's health by focusing on eating real food, you will notice the benefits and you will find ways to make it fun and more enjoyable as you go. Check out my website, betterbellynutrition.com, for more info or to learn more about working with me. And please like and subscribe and share if you enjoyed this content.